So please record कर तो यश. Okay.
केलंय.
So in organic chemistry, yeah. So in basic principles, what we have learned in my 11th grade. So in my 11th grade, we have learned about basic organic chemistry compounds. So we have started with the hydrocarbon. What are the organic compounds? What is their classification patterns? Aliphatic, it's something we have learned the IUPAC nomenclature in our school level. Or I don't know, aromatic compounds, homocyclic, heterocyclic, benzenoid, non-benzenoid, all that classification we have understood in that organic compounds classification. Then we have understood the various way of writing the organic compounds by the, you can say the structural formula, bond line formula, condensed formula, all that, everything that nomenclature. Then we have seen the three-dimensional, so, all that Sohor's formula, Newman's projection formula. So the first half of basic principles is dealing with the presentation of that organic compound. Then we have done the classification of organic compound. And in that classification, aliphatic compounds like primary carbon atom, secondary carbon atom, tertiary carbon atom. Then we talked about the homologous series, IUPAC nomenclature, and in that aliphatic compound, predominantly hydrocarbon, in my 11th grade, we have seen complete alkane, alkene, alkyne, and benzene structure with their nomenclature, with their IUPAC nomenclature, with their preparation, with their chemical properties, physical properties, and uses. So, in short, after understanding their nomenclature, we have done the preparation chemical properties of that aliphatic hydrocarbon. Apart from that, we have learned about the different functional groups. Their IUPAC nomenclature we have seen, and then we have seen how to give the name. All that part we have seen in our 11th grade. So this aliphatic we have completely done. Hydrocarbons we have done in 11th grade. So on the same format, the way we have learned alkane, alkene, and alkyne in our 11th standard, in our 12th standard, we are going to learn the halogen derivatives, haloalkanes, haloarenes. Means not only they are that halogen functional group, that halo functional group is attached to aliphatic carbon atom, but also it is attached to aromatic, predominantly benzene. म्हणजे मी जेव्हा रिएक्शन्स बघणार आहे, मी जेव्हा स्टडी बघणार आहे हॅलोजन डेरिव्हेटिव्हचा, त्यावेळी मी हॅलो अल्केन्सचं प्रिपरेशन बघणार आहे. I'm going to study the chemical reaction. I'm going to study the physical property, chemical property, as well as I'm going to study that halogen derivatives when it is attached to benzene. Like I'm going to learn the preparation reactions of chlorobenzene or bromobenzene, their chemical properties and their uses. So in my 12th standard, all these the rest of the functional group, alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, ester, ether, amine group, all this with the aliphatic attachment and with the aromatic attachment. Like amine, RNH2 is amine, and when it is attached to benzene, it becomes aniline. So not only we are going to study the preparation of that part, but also we are going to study its preparation of aniline, where that NH2 group is attached to benzene ring. So all this reaction wala part hai. So in short, the theory is less and completely reactions. So आपल्याला एक, I'll share you the notes. आपल्याला ना एक असं करायला लागणार आहे की at the end in my mind map अगर मैंने halogen derivatives किया है, so these are the probable preparation reaction. Now for this organic compound, your IUPAC nomenclature should be extremely good, because when I'm saying halogen derivatives, उसका मतलब है it's a homologous series. Chloromethane, chloroethane, chloropropane. So in short, whatever the preparation reactions, I'm going to learn about chloromethane. It is applicable to the chloroethane also. So if they can ask you any reactant forming a product. So मला basic preparation reaction माहिती पाहिजे. मला बेसिक नॉमेनक्लेचर माहिती असलं तर उद्या कुठलाही तो मी घेतला हॅलोजन डेरिव्हेटिव्ह तरी सेम रिएक्टंट मध्ये मला वेगळा प्रोडक्ट देणार आहे. सो दोन गोष्टी खूप इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. Complete understanding of IUPAC nomenclature representing that functional group, and being a part of a homologous series, whatever the one preparation reaction is applicable to one halogen derivative, it is applicable to all halogen derivatives. So the logic develop केलं पाहिजे. So you know, organic chemistry मधनं खूप तुम्हाला असे MCQ क्वेश्चंस मिळू शकतात, खूप MCQ क्वेश्चन मिळू शकतात. कारण फ्रँकली स्पीकिंग, अगर मैंने इफ फ्रॉम इथाइल अल्कोहल, फ्रॉम if I said iodoethane, from the iodoethane, I can react that iodoethane to produce what? That iodoethane react with alkali to form ethyl alcohol. So iodoethane है, तो 2-methyl, 2-chloro, 2-methyl पेंटेन पण असू शकतो. सो मला डोक्यात ठेवायचं माझा प्रोडक्ट कसा बनतो. सो बेसिकली जे MCQs येणार आहेत ना, ते त्या पद्धतीने येणार आहेत, जिथे तुम्हाला तुमचं लॉजिक वापरायला लागणार आहे. सो वेअर एक्स्ट्रीम प्रॅक्टिस. So for teacher, honestly speaking, these lessons are very easy to explain because simply reaction दाखवायचे, logic दाखवायचे, done. But for you all, when there are ample, the piling of the reactions are going to take place, you have to use your brain. Every time we have to conduct a test on the particular, एका दिवशी प्रिपरेशन रिएक्शन वर घेतली, एका दिवशी केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज वर घेतली, but different permutations of the reactant we have to use to get the desired product. And if you don't have this practice of writing this reaction on your own, फक्त टीचरने शिकवून ऑर्गॅनिक केमिस्ट्री नाही करणार आहे. For teacher to explain this organic chemistry, I'll tell easy. The main part comes from your side. You got it? So, hey MCQs, hey different permutations, combination questions, you have to solve completely. Got it? So, you will get to know that halogen derivatives, alcohols, phenol. Phenol means OH attached to that benzene ring. Aldehyde ketones, त्यातले हे जे आहेत ना aldehyde ketone, extremely important. And there is a mechanism and खूप like there are so many reactions, iodoform, and there are so many reactions which are not so easy. Amines, biomolecules, I told you it's simply carbohydrates, proteins, DNA. We have done DNA structure in our school, so we know it's a deoxyribonucleic acid, which is a very essential acid which is present in the nucleus, also the extranuclear region like mitochondria and chloroplast, because that is containing the genetic material. This is the genetic material and the structural component. In chemistry, we are going to learn the structural component, which is bit we have done in our school level, like a pentose sugar and that phosphoric acid and that nitrogen bases like adenine, guanine. So all that biomolecules, the chemistry involved with that biomolecule. Kiski? Carbohydrates, proteins we don't have fats, vitamins and minerals. So whatever that we are going to learn about the reactions, they are mainly comprised of glucose and that the nomenclature way of the glucose, and the proteins are there for our syllabus. Polymer chemistry is where we are going to learn the chemical reactions, Dinchak chemical reactions. So it's not so easy. Ethine, ethylene, ethene pasun polythene banna. Polythene is used as a plastic. So all these PVC pipe, the polythene, nylon, rayon, all this are the polymer chemistry. So we are going to learn the classification of polymer chemistry and the preparation work. Rubber, vulcanized rubber. So all this preparation, if you look now, the reactions, the preparation reactions are not so easy. So unless and until my students are going to pen down that reaction 5 times, you are not going to understand. Like the reactions is if reactants आहेत ना ते खूप मोठे micromolecules आहेत. So we have to have a practice of writing these reactions quite often so as to get the perfection. And last is the green chemistry, nanochemistry. This is a new lesson which they have introduced where they have told you that whatever the reactions you are carrying out, whatever the chemical changes you are carrying out, they should be green. Green means they should do the pollution controls. So how they are very essential for pollution control, and that is a green chemistry. So what kind of substitutes we can use? Nanochemistry, it's something which is very important. आपले जे computer chips असतात, the hardware of the computer, everywhere, whatever the nanoparticles we are using, or you have seen the water purifier मध्ये there are nanoparticles, and these are the chemical nanoparticles and the applications of them in the different fields of the chemistry that we are going to learn, that how these nanoparticles are so important. So instead of studying the whole matter, these nanoparticles being the study of because of the invention of the electron microscope, I'm not interested in the whole matter, that chip, that nano, and how it is going to work, and what are the different areas where this nanochemistry is coming in the picture. And this is the chemistry which is going to take the whole thing after 20 years. So all this is actually related with the organic chemistry. So I think my students are good in organic chemistry. IUPAC नॉमेनक्लेचर आपण जे लास्ट इयर केलेलं होतं ते ऑलमोस्ट सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे. सो मी जेव्हा रिस्पेक्टिव्ह लेसन्स करेन तेव्हा आपण त्याचं परत IUPAC ची प्रॅक्टिस करूया थोडी, and then we can move on. So shall we start with the halogen derivatives first? Shall we start? Hello? Yeah. Hello everyone. Srishti, Yash, Meher Prasad, Omkar, Ishan. Perfect. So halogen derivatives is what? See, halogen derivatives are nothing but, from my knowledge, from what I have learned in my school level, in my 11th standard, is that halogen derivative where I know this is an alkane. This is the simplest alkane. If I substitute that by any of the halogen group, it becomes haloalkane. Same way, this is an, you can say alkane. And if I use this benzene, if I substitute one of the hydrogen of that benzene by halo group, this becomes aromatic halogen derivative or haloarene. So in this lesson, what is about content, total mind map of the lesson? First, we are going to learn प्रत्येक lesson. यापुढचा मी प्रत्येक lesson I'm going to teach you in terms of first understanding the classification. So पहले वो क्या है वो समझने वाले हैं. Secondly, then we are going to learn the classification part. Ki what are the different classification. Then we are going to learn the different practice of its IUPAC nomenclature. So when we are going, after doing the IUPAC nomenclature, then we are going to learn all the preparation reactions of that. Then we are going to learn the physical properties of that part, where all the give reason questions, the physical properties are also extremely important. Then we are going to learn the chemical properties, and especially in halogen derivatives, we are going to learn the mechanism. The mechanism is there, which is SN1 and SN2 mechanism. These two mechanisms are by which this halogen groups can be substituted to that respective alkane. So these two are important. And the last part is uses. So whatever the organic reactions, same way, this is the same way we have done last year with the alkane, alkene, alkyne. The same way we are going to learn for the rest of the aromatic compounds. So let's begin. So do you have, please open the page number 210. So आजच पेपर मध्ये मी वाचलं की textbooks are available. So please go and quickly get your hard copy of the textbook. So page number 210 open केलंय सगळ्यांनी. Hello. Okay. So can you recall, identify the functional group? I think this is a very silly question, so I'm not going to go. We can get to see everything that it is completely. See, this is Vestrosol or this is Freon. These are nothing but the industrial chemical substances where we are using this halogen derivative. So I'm not going to go in detail. So as I said, one of the H in that, what is my halogen derivative? So I know about halogen derivative where R is CnH2n plus 1, where this is my alkyl derivative. And when one of the hydrogen is substituted by X, it can be Cl, Br, I. Generally, we do not consider F because RF is very corrosive. So in our syllabus, there are hardly very few reactions are there with the RF. Mostly the X will be Cl, Bri. So whenever it is this way, what we are doing, for example, if it's a CH3Cl, how do we pen down for that halogen derivative? We are using the prefix. So it is chloromethane. It is chloromethane. So this is my IUPAC understanding. They can be present anywhere. The Cl, it can be Br. So if this is the case, so what is my IUPAC nomenclature which I have learned? If the two groups are there, always Mala bromocha B comes before chloro ka C. So while giving the numbering, I have to give the number like this. So it is 2 bromo, 3 chloro, butane. This is my understanding. So I think हे माझ्या मुलांना understanding माहिती आहे, जे आपण already 11th ला शिकलेलो आहोत. So is this concept is clear with you? Ishan, Varun, Srushti, Meher Prasad, Omkar, Yash. इथपर्यंतचा concept, background knowledge आहे सगळ्यांना? Every one of you clear with this concept? So let's see with this background knowledge. Let's start with the first part, which is the classification. Classification मध्ये I can classify the that respective halogen derivative depending upon to which alkane or alkene or alkyne or aromatic compound it is attached. If that halogen derivative it is attached to alkane, it is called as a haloalkane. Very easy to understand. If it is attached to double bond carbon atom, which is an alkene, it is called as haloalkene. If it is attached to triple bond, it is called as a haloalkyne. And if it is attached to benzene ring, it's called as haloarene. Very easy. So first classification based on to which carbon atom it is attached. Always we know that the carbon atom in alkane is sp3 hybridized carbon atom. In alkene it is sp2, and the carbon atom in alkyne is sp hybridization, and in alkene also, in the benzene also, it is sp3. Perfect. So second classification is on the basis of the number of halogen. Monohalogen derivatives, if the one halogen group is present. Dihalogen compounds, if it's a dihalogen derivative, and tri. Easy. So the classification of this we have done depending upon the skeleton of the hydrocarbon. Skeleton of the hydrocarbon and the number of halogen derivatives. So it's a very easy part. Let's move on with the second classification. You want to pen down this part as a classification example. Lita ek just pen down this quickly example. Just quickly pen down this example. Now more of a writing. So always ह्याच्या पुढे मला नोटबुक पाहिजे आणि नोटबुक मध्ये सगळ्या रिॲक्शन्स सायमल्टेनियसली मी व्हाईट बोर्ड वर लिहिणार आहे and you are going to pen down in your notebook. Just quickly write down the first classification type. Done. Srushti, Yash, Meher Prasad, Omkar, Ishan. Done. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's move on with the second. So as I said, we mainly have, so we have understood the skeletal carbon to which that halogen derivative is attached. Also, we have seen mono, di, tri halogen derivative. Now, we are going to learn the different classification. We have mono halogen derivatives in our syllabus. We don't have di and tri. So what is the classification of mono halogen compounds? So first, look, the first monohalogen compound which is attached to primary carbon atom. So first classification is that monohalogen compound which is attached to, this is the primary carbon atom. So what is the meaning of primary carbon atom? When it is attached to this, this is called as a primary carbon atom. Look at this. This is called as the secondary carbon atom. And The third one, this is called as tertiary carbon atom. So that monohalogen कौन से carbon atom को attached है, where one of the this is called as a primary first halide because it attached to that carbon atom which is the primary carbon atom. This is the secondary and this is the tertiary where all the hydrogen are being replaced by alkyl group. So the first classification depends on where this X is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom because all carbon are single bond. So it is sp3 hybridized carbon atom, and to that sp3 hybridized carbon atom, if it's a primary carbon atom, it's a primary halide. If it's that sp3, if it is attached to sp3 carbon atom, but which is a second carbon atom, it is called as a secondary halide. It is again attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom, but it is a third order carbon atom, so it's called as a tertiary halide. So this is the first classification of the monohalogen derivative. The second one, when it is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom, it is that halogen is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom, और वो sp3 hybridized carbon atom उस carbon atom को attached है which is a double bond which is sp2. म्हणजे तो halogen sp3 ला attached आहे like the previous one, पण तो carbon atom ज्याला तो attached आहे तो स्वतः sp2 hybridized carbon atom ला attached असेल. Simply तो sp3 carbon atom त्या carbon atom ला attached आहे which is having a double bond. It is called as allylic halide. It is called as allylic halide. याला म्हणतात alkyl halide. या alkyl halide चे परत हे सब classifications आहेत. This is allylic halide. Okay, it can be this way or you can pen down. Look, या कार्बन ॲटम आहे, हा सिंगल बॉन्ड आहे, याला हा X अटॅच्ड आहे आणि तो त्या कार्बनला अटॅच्ड आहे ज्याला डबल बॉन्ड आहे. So are you understanding this part? This is called as allylic. This is called as allylic, basically halide. The third part is a benzylic halide. Benzylic म्हणजे काय, तर तिथे तो जो X आहे तो डेफिनेटली sp3 कार्बन ॲटमला, कारण तो सिंगल बॉन्डनी अटॅच्ड आहे, तो अटॅच्ड आहे आणि तो sp3 हायब्रिडाइज ॲटम जेव्हा अरोमॅटिक रिंगला अटॅच्ड असतात, that is called as benzylic halide. It is called as benzylic halide. म्हणजे तो हॅलोजन sp3 हायब्रिडाइज कार्बन ॲटमला अटॅच्ड आहे. sp3 म्हणजे त्याचा कनेक्शन डबल सिंगल बॉन्डनी आहे, पण तो त्या सिंगल बॉन्ड त्या कार्बन ॲटमला अटॅच्ड आहे. जर तो डबल बॉन्ड असेल तर तो ॲलिलिक हॅलाइड असेल आणि तो कार्बन ॲटम बेन्झीन रिंगचा पार्ट असेल. इट इज कॉल्ड ॲज बेन्झिलिक हॅलाइड. सिंपल. लास्ट वन इज द नेक्स्ट इज व्हॉट, विनिलिक हॅलाइड. विनिलिक हॅलाइड म्हणजे काय, तर कार्बन ॲटम डायरेक्टली त्या कार्बन, तो हॅलोजन, बेसिकली तो हॅलोजन त्या कार्बन ॲटमला अटॅच्ड आहे, विच इज डायरेक्टली, विच इज अ डबल बॉन्ड. इट इज sp2. आतापर्यंतचे मी सगळे बघितले ते sp3 हायब्रिडाइज्ड होते, तर कार्बन इज अटॅच्ड बाय द सिंगल बॉन्ड. आता तो हॅलोजन त्या कार्बनला अटॅच्ड आहे ज्याचा डबल बॉन्डी बॉन्डिंग आहे, म्हणजे तो कार्बन sp2 हायब्रिडाइज्ड आहे. इट इज अ sp2 हायब्रिडाइज विच इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ विनिलिक. आणि जर तो डायरेक्टली, जर तो sp म्हणजे आता इथे पुढे दिलेला आहे हॅलो अल्काइन. हॅलो अल्काइन म्हणजे तो जर ट्रिपल बॉन्ड कार्बन ॲटम, ट्रिपल बॉन्ड म्हणजे sp हायब्रिडाइज कार्बन ॲटमला असेल तर त्याला हॅलो अल्काइन म्हणतात. और इफ इट इज डायरेक्टली अटॅच्ड टू बेन्झीन रिंग, इट इज कॉल्ड ॲज अराइल हॅलाइड और हॅलो रिंग. थोडक्यामध्ये पहिला हॅलो अल्केन कुठल्या कार्बन ॲटमला अटॅच्ड आहे. सो पहिलं क्लासिफिकेशन वेअर दॅट हॅलोजन ग्रुप अटॅच टू sp3 हायब्रिडाइज्ड कार्बन ॲटम. मला कळलं sp3 हायब्रिडाइज्ड कार्बन ॲटम म्हणजे कार्बन इज बॉन्डेड, त्या कार्बन ॲटमला अटॅच्ड आहे जो कार्बन दुसऱ्याशी सिंगल बॉन्डनी अटॅच्ड आहे. यामध्ये पहिलं डिपेंड्स ऑन प्रायमरी हॅलाइड, सेकंडरी हॅलाइड. इफ इट्स अटॅच्ड टू प्रायमरी कार्बन ॲटम, प्रायमरी हॅलाइड. सेकंडरी कार्बन ॲटम, सेकंडरी हॅलाइड. टर्शरी कार्बन ॲटम, टर्शरी हॅलाइड. सो द सेकंड वन, याच्यामधलाच परत पार्ट आहे की तो परत हे सगळे, हा एक पार्ट झाला. दुसरा पार्ट आहे यामधला की ज्यामध्ये तो स्वतः X sp3 लाच असतो, पण तो ज्याला अटॅच्ड असतो इट इज डबल बॉन्ड. सो याला म्हणतात ॲलिलिक हॅलाइड, where it is attached to sp3. It is attached to sp3 carbon atom, but that sp3 hybrid carbon atom is attached to double bond carbon atom, which is allylic halide. तिसरं, ज्यामध्ये तो sp3 hybrid carbon atom ला attached असतो, but that either is attached to what? It is attached to benzene ring. It is called as benzylic. चौथा प्रकार, ज्यामध्ये हे तीन, ज्याच्यामध्ये त्याचं डायरेक्टली बॉन्डिंग sp3 कार्बन ॲटमशी आहे. दुसरं, जेव्हा तो sp2 हायब्रिडाइज असतो. sp2 हायब्रिडाइज म्हणजे तो एक्स त्या कार्बन ॲटमला अटॅच आहे ज्याचा डबल बॉन्ड आहे. याला म्हणतात विनिलिक हॅलाइड, वेअर दॅट X is attached to that carbon atom which is sp2 hybridized. Why it is? Because it is having double bond. तिसरा, इथे sp hybridized, जिथे तो त्या कार्बन ॲटमला अटॅच्ड असतो ज्याचा तिथे ट्रिपल बॉन्ड आहे, which is a halo vinylic halide. This is halo alkyne. This is halo alkyne. आणि डायरेक्टली चौथा प्रकार, तो X ज्याला अटॅच्ड असतो, इट इज नथिंग बट अ बेन्झीन रिंग which is called as halorenes. समजतंय का क्लासिफिकेशन? Hello everyone, are you all understanding the classification? Yash, Omkar, Meher Prasad, Srushti, Ishan, please pen down this. Please pen down. So पहिलं, थोडक्यामध्ये पहिला क्लासिफिकेशन मध्ये तो हॅलोजन sp3 हायब्रिडाइजला कार्बन ॲटमला असतो. मग त्या sp3 हायब्रिडाइज मध्ये पहिलं परमिटेशन प्रायमरी, सेकंडरी, टर्शरी. मग त्याला की जिथे डबल बॉन्ड असतो त्याला की जो बेन्झीन रिंगला असतो. मग sp2 sp आणि लास्ट इज हॅलोजन. पेन डाऊन दिस क्लासिफिकेशन. इथे क्लासिफिकेशन संपतंय. मग आता आपण नॉमेनक्लेचर कडे जाऊया. Done. Srishti, Varun, Ishan, Yash, Mer Prasad, Omkar. You all should write this up because these questions can ask for MCQ. Can name the vinylic. So they will give you 4 options and they will ask you what is vinylic halide. So vinylic halide means what? Vinylic halide means that halogen group is attached to that carbon atom जो दुसऱ्या कार्बनशी डबल बॉन्डनी अटॅच्ड आहे. इट्स अ sp2. हॅलो अल्काइन त्या कार्बन ॲटमशी अटॅच्ड आहे जो ट्रिपल बॉन्डनी अटॅच्ड आहे. डिरेक्टली बेन्झीन रिंग, हॅलो अरिन. सो दिस 3 आर व्हेरी इझी टू अंडरस्टँड. पण जेव्हा कार्बन sp3 असतो ज्याला अटॅच केलेला त्याच्यामध्ये 3 परम्युटेशन्स असतात. फर्स्ट इज द प्रायमरी, when it is attached to primary carbon atom. Then allylic, तो sp3 hybridized आहे पण तो ज्या कार्बन ॲटमला अटॅच्ड आहे तो डबल बॉन्ड आहे. And then to the benzene ring. Done. Hello. Hello everyone, have you written this part? झालंय का लिहून? Okay, so if you have written this, then look at the name, look at the table where they have given. I'm not interested in that common name. Let's talk about the IUPAC name. So if you look at the IUPAC name, you will get to know that dichloromethane, bromoethane, 2-chloropropane, 1-bromo, So if I think we have already learned this part, so just go through it and try to solve the book has use your brain power and let's do that questions on page number 212. Let's do the questions on page number 212. बोलो मुझे सबके नाम लिखो and send me in chat section. 212 la use your brain power, write the IUPAC name of the following and give me the name in the chat section. It's very easy actually. What is the name for this? 2-bromo-propane. 2-bromo-propane. What's the second one? CH3, CH, CH3, CH2I. So give the top preference to this. 1, 2, 3. So it is 1 iodo, 2 methyl propane. Third one, CH3, CH, double bond. So over here, the first carbon atom, 2, 3, 4. So it will be 1 chloro, 2, 1 chloro, but, 2 in, fourth one, CH3, C, triple bond C, CH2, Br. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 1 bromo, but, 2 YNE, and the fifth one is easy. It is bromo benzene, and the last one is it is, if I start from this, 1,4 dibromo benzene. So this is my understanding of IUPAC nomenclature of the questions which they have given you in your textbook, page number 212. So I think you all are understanding how to give a name to this halogen derivatives. So just pen down these answers. Anything. Srishti, Ishan, Varun, Meher Prasad, Omkar, Yash. सगळ्यांना कळतंय का? Hello? Are you all understanding this? Absolutely easy. So just pen down this answer quickly if it is done. Then, so we have done the first part, that is a classification part. We have done that part which is a IUPAC nomenclature part. So the third part will come in the picture, which is a preparation of that respective halogen derivative. So have you written these answers?
हो मॅम.
सगळ्यांची झाली आहे. So can I clear this whiteboard? Can I clear this whiteboard? Okay, so let's start with the preparation. Now let's move with the preparation of halogen derivatives. So पहली बात तो, if we have to make a mind map of this, so mind map में the first preparation is done where my reactant is alcohol. So initially there are three reactions where practically the alcohol is there, but we are adding different reagent. So I'm going to get the halogen derivative. So let's talk about that first reaction where you are using alcohol. This is the alcohol plus HX, which is hydrogen acid, which is a hydra acid. It can be HCl, HBr, or HI. With a suitable condition, you will form RX. Simply the swapping of the ion take place. RX plus H2O. Okay. Now, in this case, we know that the rate of formation of these halo acids will be maximum from tertiary carbon atom to secondary carbon atom to primary carbon atom. So, in short, मला जर ही रिॲक्शन अशी असेल, जर ही रिॲक्शन अशी असेल, तर काय मिळणार आहे मला? मला असं मिळणार आहे, विच इज अ, आणि याच मध्ये जर ही रिॲक्शन हा झाला प्रायमरी कार्बन ॲटम आणि हा झाला टर्शरी कार्बन ॲटम, हा झाला टर्शरी कार्बन ॲटम. दिस इज अ टर्शरी कार्बन ॲटम. आता हीच रिॲक्शन केली विथ द सुटेबल कंडिशन, मला कसा मिळणार आहे? दिस इज माय halogen derivative which I am going to get. So what they are telling you ki the rate of this reaction, that means this tertiary carbon atom, this tertiary alcohol is more reactive to hydra acid than the primary alcohol. So always whenever this reaction is proceeding, if you are taking tertiary alcohol, then the rate of the reaction to get the product will be maximum, then the secondary alcohol, and the least for the primary alcohol. You have to apply certain conditions. समजतंय? कळतंय? Are you understanding what I'm saying? आता यामध्ये what is a suitable condition which has been applied depending upon what kind of the halogen derivative you want to prepare. म्हणजे मला जर क्लोरो हॅलोजन डेरिव्हेटिव्ह बनवायची असेल तर मी अल्कोहॉल घेणार, त्याच्यामध्ये HCl टाकणार आणि याच्यामध्ये कुठलं काय? आय हॅव टू ऍड अनहायड्रस झिंक क्लोराइड as an catalyst, which is a Lewis acid. So this Lewis acid is an electron pair acceptor which forms a coordinate bond to form RCl plus H2O. So preparing the chloroalkane, I have to use this zinc chloride. This is also called as Lucas reagent. एक सांगते तुम्हाला, खूप सायंटिस्टची नावं आहेत. सो आपल्याला ना एक लिस्ट करायला लागेल, एक एक लेसन झाला की यामध्ये कुठले, आता लास्ट इयर तुम्ही केलेले आहेत मर्कॉनिकॉफ्स रॉ, शिफ्ट रिएजंट. सो यू नो देर आर सर्टन scientist name and the certain scientist name are coming in the certain chemical reaction. So we have to create a question bank कि ये lessons में कौन से आए हैं. This is called as a Lucas reagent. What is that? It is an anhydrous zinc chloride in the presence of this catalyst. Any kind of the alcohol, definitely the rate will be maximum with the tertiary alcohol. reacts with HCl to form RCl and H2O. Got it? Where it breaks the bond between, क्या करता है? It breaks the bond between this. So, and this is a reaction. If you want to prepare bromo alkane, अगर ब्रोमो अल्केन बनना है तो what is the condition? You have to use sodium bromide. This is my condition, and heat it. So to get that, how you will get HBr? By reacting NaBr. Like we have done HCl का preparation. HCl कसा prepare करतात? Sodium chloride plus concentrated H2SO4 gives me HCl gas. So काय करतात? इथे पण directly HBr नाही यूज करत, ते त्या ROH मध्ये NaBr प्लस कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड H2SO4 टाकतात, त्याला हीट देतात. सो या दोघांमध्ये केमिकल रिएक्शन होऊन हा HBr रिएक्ट होतो, and then that HBr will form. कारण this HBr is highly unstable. This hydrobromic acid is not, the stability is not that much. So if you just take that HBr, it is not going to work. So मला अल्कोहोल बरोबर रिएक्ट करायला ते फ्रेश HBr करायला लागेल. सो ते फ्रेश HBr करायला मी डायरेक्टली HBr कसं बनवते, तर मी सोडियम ब्रोमाइड आणि कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड H2SO4 बरोबर रिएक्शन केली तर मला काय मिळतं? वी आर गेटिंग HBr प्लस NaHSO4. So that HBr we are using over here to get what? To get this product. Correct? Okay. सो हे मला C2 म्हणजे काय? तरी C2 म्हटलं म्हणजे जे काही रिएक्शन मिक्सचर आहे ना, इन दिस रिएक्शन मिक्सचर this alcohol is been added so that I'll get RBr. Third, if I want to prepare HRI, then HI, and I'm adding NaI plus H3PO4. थोडक्यामध्ये जसं मला NaBr मध्ये कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड H2SO4 टाकून HBr फ्रेशली बनवायला लागलं, तसंच मला HI पण फ्रेशली बनवायला लागतं. HCl ची काही गरज नसते, कारण HCl ची स्टेबिलिटी असते, त्याच्यासाठी मला अनहायड्रस ZnCl2 वापरला तरी चालतं. बट दिस HBr and HI आर हायली थर्मली अनस्टेबल. सो त्या HBr चं ना पटकन काय होऊ शकतं? Br2 होऊ शकतं. सो इथे ना मी काय करते, फक्त इथे लुक ॲट द डिफरन्स. मायन्यूट किती डिटेलिंग वर्क आपल्याला करायला लागणार आहे ते बघा. मी जेव्हा HI बनवते त्या C2 मध्ये तेव्हा मी NaI घेते, but I'm not using concentrated H2SO4. I'm using phosphoric acid, and these two are going to provide me HI, and that it is going to form. So the product is easy, but look the conditions you have to apply to the system to get the desired product. Now तरी खाली एक क्वेश्चन विचारलेला आहे की why the phosphoric acid is preferred to H2SO4 to prepare HI in the C2. C2 म्हणजे त्या रिएक्शन मिक्सचर मध्ये मी NaI मध्ये कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड H2SO4 नाही टाकत, मी H3PO4 टाकते. का? का बरं? लॉजिक का बरं? यश, ओमकार, मेहर प्रसाद, वरुण, ईशान, सृष्टी, कैन यू गिव मी द आन्सर टू दिस? सी आपण बघितलेलं आहे, आपण स्कूल लेवलला आपण बघितलेलं आहे, कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड H2SO4 इज अ ऑक्सिडायझिंग एजंट. सो इट इज अ स्ट्रॉंग ऑक्सिडायझिंग एजंट. तो काय करतो, व्हॉट इट इज बीन हॅपनिंग, तो ना ते HI जे बनतंय त्याचं इमिजिएटली ऑक्सिडेशन करतो. व्हॉट इज ऑक्सिडेशन? रिमूव्हल ऑफ हायड्रोजन इज ऑक्सिडेशन, आणि I2 मिळवतो. सो इन शॉर्ट, इफ यू यूज इन्स्टेड ऑफ मी त्या NaI बरोबर जर concentrated H2SO4 टाकलं तर मला HI मिळेल. But that HI, being this concentrated H2SO4 is an oxidizing agent, it will does the oxidation of that HI to form I2. So that I2, that ROH is not going to react with I2 ना, त्याला HI बरोबरच react करायचंय. So that's why to get that HI stable, it's very difficult if you are using concentrated H2SO4. So to attain that stability of HI, instead of using concentrated H2SO4, we are using phosphoric acid. Because this NaI plus phosphoric acid is going to give me the stable HI, जिसका ऑक्सीडेशन होके I2 नहीं बनेगा, तो मुझे HI मिलेगा. और अगर HI स्टेबिलिटी होगा तो फिर वो ROH के साथ रिएक्ट करके RI you will get. So you know this minute detailing work is required in exam. की प्रिपरेशन मध्ये See the organic reactions मध्ये एक गोष्ट असते, not much of the balancing work is required. It is just the simple bond breaking, bond formation. They all are the covalent compounds. So unlike inorganic chemistry, the balancing work is not that high in organic chemistry. But as I've told you, these organic compounds are not very reactive compounds. They are little less, they are more resistant to the chemical changes because of their less chemical reactivity. In short, मला या रिएक्शन्स मध्ये प्रोडक्ट मिळू शकतं, पण जनरली मुलांना जो पार्ट जास्त डिफिकल्ट वाटतो ऑर्गॅनिक केमिस्ट्री मध्ये, टू रिमेंबर दिस रिएजन्स. कारण टू गेट द प्रोडक्ट, इट्स mainly you have to apply certain changes in the system, where either you have to heat it, and mainly more than heat and pressure, what kind of the reactant or what kind of the catalyst you are using, that is extremely important. Look, me first preparation karte kunaचं halogen derivatives, and what I have discussed, to get that halogen derivative can be chloro, Rx can be ClBrI. First I have taken from alcohol. त्यामध्ये मी बघितलं की अल्कोहॉल प्लस एनी हायड्रा ऍसिड, HCl, HBr, HI, simply it's like a AB plus CD. Swapping of the ion will take place. I'm going to get that Rx plus H2O is going to form. What is the rate of the reactivity? Which kind of the alcohol is more reactive to that hydra acid? Tertiary alcohol. So the rate of the reactivity of the tertiary alcohol is more than the secondary alcohol than the primary alcohol. I understand ki what is primary, secondary, tertiary alcohol. So वो मुझे समझ में आया. Let's talk about मला alcohol कळलं. Let's talk about HX. Now simple है. अगर वो HCl असेल तर मला RCl मिळेल, HBr असेल तर RBr मिळेल, आणि HI असेल तर मला RI मिळेल. Got it. But every time to get that respective hydra acid, you have to apply the different conditions to that system in order to get that product. आता HCl being more stable, you are using a Lucas reagent, which is anhydrous zinc chloride, which is acting like a lone pair acceptor येतो, म्हणून त्याला Lewis acid म्हणतात. We have done that concept in my coordination compounds. So मी ते simply टाकलं, कारण ROH आणि HCl, तर हा जो ROH चा जो बॉन्ड आहे ना, हा एकटा HCl नाही ब्रेक करू शकत. मला बॉन्ड ब्रेकिंग करायला आय एम ऍडिंग द कॅटलिस्ट anhydrous ZnCl2, which is going to weaken that bond, which is also called as a Lucas reagent, and then bond breaking, this will form a delta positive, this is delta negative, this is delta positive, this is delta negative. So ये positive इसके साथ आया, and the simple reaction is going to take place to form the two polar compounds. Now if I'm using HBr, that's HBr, as I said, as compared to HCl, HBr and HI are very difficult to produce, because that HBr and HI, the stability of these hydra acids are very less. So they tend to undergo the reversible reaction. So मला इथे HBrच हवंय, मला त्याची स्टेबिलिटी वाढवायची आहे. तर मला त्याची स्टेबिलिटी वाढवताना मी डायरेक्टली HBr इज हायली अनस्टेबल. सो प्रॅक्टिकली त्या रिॲक्शन सेतूमध्ये, त्या रिॲक्शन मध्ये मी ते HBr क्रिएट करते, जस्ट लाईक एन ॲक्वारेझिया. वी आर प्रिपेरिंग दॅट नेसन क्लोरीन. सो ते प्रिपेअर करायला HBr मी काय वापरते, I'm taking NaBr plus concentrated H2SO4, and this reaction is going to take place, where from that I'm going to get this. Got it? And that HBr freshly prepared, या रिएक्शन मिक्सचर मध्ये फ्रेशली प्रिपेअर्ड असताना मी हे अल्कोहोल टाकते, आणि then I'm getting that RBr. Got it? Where my suitable conditions, NaBr plus concentrated H2SO4 below 200 degrees Celsius. आता मला HI बनवायचा आहे, तर मी सेम यूज करते, पण मी जर कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड H2SO4 वापरला तर HI नाही बनणार, कारण दॅट कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड H2SO4 ऑलरेडी ऍज कम्पेअर टू HBr, द HI ची स्टेबिलिटी अजूनही कमी आहे. सो मी जेव्हा कॉन्सन्ट्रेटेड H2SO4 टाकते त्याला बनवायला, that concentrated H2SO4 shows more property which of oxidizing agent, which is immediately going to oxidize that HI. Oxidation is what? Removal of hydrogen is oxidation. So immediately that HI form is going to convert into I2, and that I2 is not going to react ना. So मला जर RI बनवायचं असेल तर त्याची स्टेबिलिटी वाढवायला पाहिजे. कुणाची? त्या HI ची. तर instead of using concentrated H2SO4, the best way to use the H3PO4, where that H3PO4 phosphoric acid is not an oxidizing agent. It do going to form that HI, and it's going to be stable, which is going to react with that ROH to form RI. समजतंय का हे सगळं? Are you understanding this reaction? Everyone, Ishan, Yash, Mer Prasad, Srushti, Omkar, Varun, are you all understanding what I'm saying? So
Oh,
please
ma'am.
pen down this part. Please pen down this part and also pen down the reason why we are preparing, H3PO4 आपण का use करतो instead of concentrated H2SO4. Write the reason as a strong oxidizing agent. मला विचारायचं असेल तर मी परत ते वालीन. Start to end लिहा. First preparation. Also write down the reasoning also every time, whatever you are writing, why you are changing the conditions, like in HCl anhydrous ZnCl2, why you are using, or why HBr, NABr, constant H2SO4. Have you written this? Hello everyone.
झालंय मग.
झालंय? सगळ्यांचं झालंय? Okay. So can I clear this whiteboard? So only the last two reactions are there. Then we are going to stop. And from hydrocarbons, I'll teach you later part. Okay. So coming to the again, now I'm using same. I'm using alcohol only, but that alcohol we are not reacting with hydroacid. That alcohol we are using with phosphorus halide, which can be PX3 or PCl5. Okay, so that alcohol, if you are using with PCl3, phosphorus trichloride, you are going to get PCl plus phosphoric acid is going to form. Okay, are you understanding this? It is not H3, phosphorus acid is going to form, not phosphoric acid. So this is the same way. Same, the rate of the reaction is maximum for the tertiary alcohol. And if you are using this alcohol with PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride, so again you are going to get this plus HCl plus phosphorus oxychloride. This is phosphorus oxy trichloride. Phosphorus oxy trichloride. So if it's like CH3OH, you are going to get CH3Cl. If it is C2H5OH, you are going to get C2H5. So always the R is the alkyl derivative. Are you understanding? And then the next reaction is alcohol with thionyl chloride, which is SOCl2, where on heating, what are you going to get? RCl plus H2O plus, sorry, H2O, it is HCl, R2O plus HCl plus SO2. And this method is the best one. This method is the best one because to remove RCl, the rest two are the gases which are easily been removed. So you don't have to put an extra efforts for the separation. So apart from alcohol, so in short, alcohol is the same one. First, you can use the hydroacids. Second one, you can use the PCl3 or PCl5. Third one, you can use the SOCl2 with the PCl3. So with this, I'm going to get Rx plus H2O. With this, I'm going to get Rx plus H3PO3. With this, I'm going to get Rx plus HCl plus POCl3. And with this SOCl2, I'm going to get RCl. क्लोराइड आहे म्हणजे फक्त मला R क्लोराइड मिळणार, HCl मिळणार आणि SO2 मिळणार. So to only get that chloroalkane, this is the best method because the two are the gases. So मला जर क्लोरो अल्काइल अल्केन बनवायचं असेल ना तर I'll use the SOCl2. समजतंय का? Hello everyone, just pen down these reactions quickly.
झालंय मॅम.
सगळ्यांचं हॅलो, ओमकार, सृष्टी, ईशान, मेहर प्रसाद, आर यू अंडरस्टँडिंग दिस पार्ट?
झालंय मॅम.
आतापर्यंत कसं वाटतंय? झालंय? ओके. सो या, सो आपण नेक्स्ट क्लासला वी आर गोइंग टू मीट ॲट 11 AM. एकदा आपण मी परत कन्फर्म करते. ठीक आहे, चलो देन बाय प्लीज. आणि मला सगळ्यांनी एक्सरसाइज पाठवायचे आहेत. आणि जो कॅन यू रिकॉल आहे ना, आयडेंटिफाय द प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफ द फॉलोइंग रिएक्शन. ऍक्च्युअली दिस पार्ट वी हॅव डन लास्ट इयर. Markovnikov's rule and anti-Markovnikov's rule peroxide effect. So ती चारीची questions करा, then we'll move with the next preparation part. ठीक है, चलो then bye, good day, bye bye.